Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Yes, it can be done. All right. Yes, it can be done. We had a great day picking baseball yesterday, 4-0 and 1. We're going to celebrate a little bit because I have a feeling we're going to keep this running through the weekend. Saturday, June 15th. Welcome and happy Saturday for all you guys out there, all you dads out there as well. Happy Father's Day weekend. Let's get into the picks right away. This is a big card, a lot of games I want to go over. If you have not yet subscribed, perfect time to do so. Make sure you guys all smash that like button as well. And please subscribe down below. And cheers to all you dads. I got my dad coffee mug here to start this video. And we are going to get it going. This is an exciting day. I'm really excited to watch the U.S. Open a little bit. Also, what we have in store within this Major League card. Okay. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about kind of what I've been noticing. If you've been noticing about the guys that have been, or gals, I should say as well, have been rock with me here on the channel for a while. You probably noticed my style has changed a little bit. I've adapted. I think I've talked to you guys a little bit about how the Major League betting season. I like to break it into 4 quarters. I know it sounds very cliche, but I truthfully feel like there's some merit to that, right? If you guys remember back in April, my style of betting was doing very well. The handicaps were better suited to the outcomes were better suited to my handicaps, and that kind of correlates with my style. My style wasn't vibing too well for a stretch in this second quarter, as I call it, of the Major League season. So what's important to understand, though, is it's a 6-month grind, okay? We're going to have ups, we're going to have downs. We're still up units on the year. That's something very important to keep in mind. And when you have days like yesterday, I know that if you go 1-4 and then 4-1, or in this case 4-0 and 1, yes, we were positive units. Yes, a lot of those bets were plus money bets. So that's good to know in terms of building a bankroll. So just stay the course. Don't go all too heavy. Obviously not financial advice, but if you're trying to win money and be a everyday sports bettor within the world of baseball or any kind of season that's a long duration, you really have to grind it out. You can't be betting your bankroll every single day and expect to survive in this game. So let's get into it. Just a little bit of a kind of a weekend observations, if you will, and let's get into the picks. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I tried to adjust a little technical stuff on my end. So let me know down below in the comments if this volume is a little bit better. Okay. Well, let's get into the likes of the card. We're going to look into the odds jam. And guys, if you haven't yet signed up for odds jam, make sure you guys do. Link down below. With my promo code TBM, you'll get 35% off your annual plan or monthly membership. It's truly invaluable, especially when we get into the fantasy stuff within Prize Picks, as well as arbitrage opportunities and really just finding the best odds available. I can't tell you enough how much, even live, how much it updates, and it's very important. You can filter by your sports books, and it's just boom. Oh, why am I taking minus 150 on FanDuel when I can be getting minus 120 on three other platforms? So it's truly something that I was kind of sketchy upon. I'm an affiliate for them, so it is a channel sponsor, but I'm kind of happy because I use it literally to make every one of my bets, and I just can't remember or imagine going back to the days where I have to log into every app and go, oh, I don't like that line. Oh, I don't like that odds. Oh, why is this one so juiced up? Just take all that out of the equation. Sign up for Odds Jam today. Okay, links down below. First game out there, Oakland and Minnesota. This is something where we look into Joey Estes and Bailey Obear. This is Twins screaming from the mountaintops, plus 110 on the run line. I'm not going to play this game. I think Oakland's due for a little bit of a comeback, personally. And when I look to this card, this is basically a giant shit sandwich in a way from a pitching matchup. Excuse my French, but not a fan of a lot of these pitching matchups. So I know we have a pretty big card. It's a decent card. It'll be a lot of fun watching a lot of these games. I'll probably have 5 on at once, as well as the U.S. Open this afternoon. But if we're having a 15-game card, there's probably 7 or 8 that I'm not even considering even putting a dime on, just because of the kind of your expected outcome. Like when I handicap these games, I play out every single game in my head, and in a 20-minute video I can't go down that rabbit hole and tell you guys each and every avenue that I'm exploring, but it's not just looking at statistics. It's kind of feeling out the process, feeling out how each inning's going to go. Are we in the first five? Are we in a full game? Are we, does weather matter? Does home away matter? There's so much that goes into baseball handicapping, more so than football. Football, you have game flow, and basketball, you kind of have a little bit of, a little bit of everything as well. But baseball is truly a unique sport to handicap. Okay, but like I said, no play for me in the Twins game. This is a nrfi candidate as well. For those of you, I'm not going to play any nrfis as of yet, but I am going to tell you guys a lot of them out there, because quite frankly, a lot of these are, in my opinion. Okay. Even games that we're supposed to have a lot of runs scored, don't be scared if you see a total of like 12 to cross off a nrfi. In my opinion, a lot of those times, even with crappy pitchers and high totals, those games go probably more times than not to a value standpoint where you get a better number, no runs first inning, because of that expected run output. Okay, and a lot of times too, guys, it's the first inning, so being sluggish is a thing. It is real. Sometimes it takes the bats a couple of innings to warm up, and likewise with the pitchers as well. So just a few things to put into consideration. And I apologize for my allergies in this stream. If you see my eyes look like I've been on a bender in Vegas for the last 5 days, trust me, it's just the allergies. So cheers to me. Okay, so Cardinals-Cubs next game. This is one where I want to go back to the well within the Cubs. Minus 157 for Imananga. That's a little pricey. It's a little steep. So I'm not looking in that market. If you want to get into a first five under between these two guys, I could see that. Also, a very strong candidate for a no-run first inning game as well. Full disclosure, this one almost made my card. I look for a bounce back outing out of Shota. I think people are starting to kind of get the gist of him. I think the scouting reports are out. He's regressed a lot, but 6-1 still, in 1.96 ERA on the season. Getting it done. So this is not something where I'm not opposed to it, but if you wanted to dabble with a little plus 157 on the run line, on the money line for the Cardinals, go for it. Fade the trendy play, right? Everybody loves Shota Imananga. They just see an ace on the mound going against the Cardinals at home, divisional game, and it's pretty much turnkey, right? Not so fast. My style has adapted a little bit where I'm starting to favor some of these dogs in these trendy spots. I think that's the one thing. It took me a while, but I finally think I figured out kind of where we're headed within these games, within the trends in the market, and fading the trendy dog has been kind of, I think, successful in the. Fading the trendy favorite has been kind of, I think, profitable as I look back into some of these last days and weeks. Okay, but let's breeze through a couple ones that we're not going to be playing in. Carrasco going against an unknown pitcher, Guardians and Blue Jays. I'm not going to get in bed with this one. I don't like betting games when the pitchers are not announced, unless you're going to bank on something. Or you're fully committed to a staff game for the bullpen, and then you can get some positive money possibly and have a good impact that way. All right, Marlins, Nationals, Trevor Rogers, DJ Hers for me. This is going to be a play on the Nationals or nothing. But like I said, this is a shit sandwich. I'm not going to bet any of these two pitchers collectively. They have one win between the two of them. DJ Hers last and first time outing, 6.48 ERA. He had 8 strikeouts, so great talented young man, just got beat up a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. We got lefty on lefty, so it would not shock me if we get a lot of runs in that game. Okay, and that's the other thing that I've picked up on is when we have bad pitcher on bad pitcher, a lot of times we are going under at an impressive rate. So it's more so just a play on the number, I think, that we're seeing. It's truly taking the jerseys off of these teams and just betting the numbers. That's what I think we've gotten away from a little bit here. And I'm getting a grip on kind of where I'm headed. You got to evolve and adapt, and that's what I think we're going to do here. And just needed some confirmation last night and I think we're back. So next game up on the odds jam, and forgive me, it's kind of bouncing around a little bit on my sheet, but we are going to go into that Phillies Orioles game. Skip a couple. Juan Walker and Grayson Rodriguez. This is another one where you look at on the card and you just want to say, oh my gosh, Juan Walker. He gives up a lot of home runs, gives up a lot of runs, hits. He gets hit around the ballpark. Well, my man in his 4 starts, 4 decisions, 5.4 ERA, 36 strikeouts. I know he's kind of piggybacking off of the success of the Phillies lineup, but you can't deny a 3.1 ERA. Okay, Grayson Rodriguez, also a very strong player for the Orioles. This is a game that I'm going to stay wide away from, but I could see this game going over 8. 8.5 is juiced right now, minus 105. Take a juicy 8. I would not be opposed to taking the over in this game. I'm going to stay away, though. It's going to be Phillies or over for me, but I just don't want to bet against the Orioles lineup because Juan Walker's always liable to have that day, okay? Especially getting the Phillies plus 160. Why not? So it kind of works both ways for me, right? I could see the Orioles or the Phillies smashing in this game. Orioles at home. That's the team that I'd be favoring against Juan Walker, but I'm not going to lay $1.60, and I'm not going to shy away from a $+60 on the money line for the Phillies. So it's Phillies or the over for me in this game. All right, Angels and Giants. Okay, this is one where you have to look into kind of a first official play that we're going to be giving you guys. The Patrick Sandoval and Keaton Wynn. This is another shit sandwich, so to speak. Okay, we're going to be going the over 8 in this game. I like that a lot. I think that Sandoval has a chance to give up 4 or 5, and I think the Angels are going to get 4 or 5 themselves. I see this game going double digits unless we get a little bit of a slowdown, a little bit of a kind of interleague issue. A lot of these games are interleague games, so that's another thing to take into consideration. We started that play up, so but for me, it's going to be over 8 as an official play. I looked at some of the numbers, and Angels bats have been waking up a little bit, so we are going to be firmly on the over 8 in this game. Okay, Marlins Nationals, we covered that. Like I said, it's going to be Nationals or nothing for me in this game. Padres Mets is the next one up there that we will have an official play. Adam Mazur, right, one of their hot prospects, had a great first outing. Called up to the big leagues, he shoved, and then last time out, not so much. So we are going to be looking into this because Jose Quintana, 1-5 on the season. I think this turns into a bats game where they look to basically slug it out. The Mets bats have been waking up a little bit as well. So I jumped over the over 8.5 in this. Finding it at a good number too. I was able to find it at minus 101. So that's very good when we look into getting even money. And that's something else I've been looking at too, is like, if you lose a bet, lose a bet kind of, if you bet the stake, lose a bet to lose, win the bet first and foremost. But if you're going to lose a bet, it definitely is, I think, more advantageous to go with some of the closer to even money bets that you find value in versus taking, the $1.60, $1.70 money lines, of course. But over the course of the season, I have no problem losing one of these bets versus losing something where I'm laying the Braves minus 160, which I think went through a little bit of a funk as we've kind of settled into the season. So that'll be my second official play. Next one out there is Tampa Bay and Atlanta. Okay, there will be no play in this one. Almost made my card. I like there to be runs in this game. I kind of like the Braves team total taking over, but the Braves, we're going to stay away from them for a while. I think Pepio throws good. Under 9s out there too at minus 120. Bet MGM. That's something I'm not opposed to. Kind of go back and forth over or under game, but I kind of felt my way going more so in the over standpoint. But I also do like the Rays plus 140 with Ryan Pepio on the mound. I think he's an underrated pitcher, so I see some value in taking that as well. All right, but no play. Tigers, Astros, Verlander goes back home to Detroit. This is something where he's been kind of a mixed bag, but he's been getting it done from a strikeout perspective. Not so much recently, but I am going to be taking the Astros. This may be a huge play for me. I don't know. Just kind of my gut. I know it's kind of a little bit trendy with Verlander, but going against Jack Flaherty, another pitcher I like. I like this game to be under, and I like this game to be the Astros on the money line, minus 125. I can't turn that down. It's fishy, but the Astros have a very strong potential to win this game 2-1, 2-0, 3-2, one of those kinds of games. So let's go Astros money line. This will be probably a big multiple unit play for me as well. Kind of might stick my teeth out on this one. All right, Reds, Brewers, next game. Andrew Abbott, Bryce Wilson, able to cash yesterday on some plus money with the Reds. Kind of want to go back to the well here, but Bryce Wilson can get it done. He's been, has the potential to throw a lot of productive innings for the Brewers. And at plus 119 again for the Reds, that number really wants to take it. But I believe in zigzags a little bit, so with all things being equal, as much as I'd love to back the Reds here in the spot, I do think the Brewers get it done at home. So I'm going to stay away from this game as well. All right. Padres, Mets, that'll be our next official play. We are going to, like I told you about Mazur and Quintana, we're taking the over 8.5 in this game. Mazur had a great, as a prospect, he got called up, had a great first outing. He shoved. Second game, not so much. So it takes a lot to drop your ERA down to 9 after that. So I am looking for a lot of runs in this game. I think that the Padres are going to have to turn this into slugfest, and Quintana can let them go as well. So we will be taking the over in this game. And this is a trendy over, in my opinion. So that's another thing that gets me a little fearful, right? You look at this game on paper and you see, oh my gosh, we got two pitchers. Collectively, they have a combined 14-plus ERA. We should get this game, should be 10-20. Well, it's not so fast. I think we're going to end up, a little closer to this number, but I still find some value in taking it to be over 8.5, and let's get 9 runs in this. So that's what I locked in. All right. Next one is we're going to go to Yankees, Red Sox once more. Yankees, keep it up. I mean, Carlos Rondon, 9-2 on the season. Just the ball keeps on rolling. Going against Cooper Criswell. Personally, I think this is one of them things where you got to start looking at the Yankees on the run line and just bet them every day. And if you play this system and you commit to it for the next 2-3 months, or probably 2 months would be a good, bet them to the All-Star break, minus 1.5, right? Every single day, just take the Yankees minus 1.5 blindly, right? Forget about it. Just trust the offensive output, trust the slugging, and that's probably going to be a very profitable system, I would say. And then the All-Star break, we could reevaluate. But here we are with the Yankees. I'm not going to do it just because it's kind of a little bit of a rivalry here, but every bone in my body wants to take this run line again, minus 102, just like we did yesterday. So that's kind of where I'm at in that one. We'll see what happens. I'm going to stay away. This is a game that I'm kind of weird. I think sometimes when I target my nerfies, I don't know. It's just something that from a gut perspective, right? It's a fade against that trendy lineup, right? You get the 1-2-3 batters, stack lineup. I just can't tell you enough from playing, from watching baseball my whole life. Sometimes you just get these weird spots where the 3 best hitters in baseball, the 1-2-3 hitters, and you see these with the Dodgers quite a lot. So, you just get kind of a run-of-the-mill pitcher going against them, and they throw some juicy balls. Forget that one, but like some juicy fastballs. They just serve some meatballs up right there, right about your letters, and it's not moving an inch. It's just fluttering in there. It's a great. It almost looks too good to be true. You get that a lot in the first inning. You get a lot of first pitch fastballs. You see the leadoff guy will just pop one up, and you get 3 pop-ups in about 12 to 15 pitches. Wham bam. That's how you tackle the lineups. So for me, I'm kind of in that direction right here. This is a no-run first inning play for me. I'll lock it in. I'm going to be taking the Yankees Red Sox nerfy. Especially just riding high. You get a little overzealous. The ball starts looking like a beach ball, and you get a little bit under it, and the rest is history. I don't like taking no runs first inning too, guys, at Fenway. That's another thing, but we are still going to play it within the New York Yankees no run first inning. Okay, so that's where we're at. And we also are going to look into the next game, which is the Texas-Seattle game. We're going to be taking Texas first 5 plus 112 on the money line. And this is one where I feel kind of strongly about. Okay, I think that the Seattle team that we've seen win a lot of games in a row, this is a different ball club, and they struggle to kind of come back every single day. And against Nathan Eovaldi, the numbers are good. They're backing up the Rangers in that perspective. George Kirby, he can get it done as well. So let's just bank on the Rangers getting about 1 or 2 in these first 5, and Eovaldi shutting the door, and we get out of the first 5 with a 2-0 differential. That'd be really nice. I think that's kind of where I'm at with my handicap too. I bet you this game will be, with the exception of Texas just exploding like they did against the Dodgers. I love this bet. One of my most favorite bets on the day. Okay, Kansas City Dodgers next game up. That's Seth Lugo and Yamamoto. Another one of these interleague games where Kansas City's been kind of struggling to score some runs against Texas, with the exception of that 15-2 game that the Dodgers played. The Dodgers have been struggling as well. They've had 3-2 decision, 3-1 decision, 3-4 decision, 4-6 decision against the Yankees. So for me, this is kind of one of them ones where I could see the first 3-4 innings being scoreless in this game. I'm going to take a no-run first inning bet in this one as well. 9-10 first pitch. All right, and I just see this game going under, but 7.5, 8.5's out there if you shop around. Not something I'm looking to get into with this at a 7.5, but I did find that 8.5 earlier on, so I did lock in under Dodgers Kansas City under 8.5. We are going to take a no-run first inning play in that game as well. I think the Royals are going to struggle against Yamamoto a little bit. First time seeing him, and I look for Lugo to bounce back after kind of a rocky start last time out. So we'll see what happens. All right, lock that one in. Pirates, Rockies, Jared Jones, and Ty Block. This could go the opposite way. This is kind of a no-run first inning candidate bet as well, but I could also see this one being kind of a high-scoring game. But Jared Jones, rough little start last time, but for all accounts, great season that he's been putting on, just 4-5 on the season, and Pirates still hovering around, still floating around of 500. Not really, I think, in contention of winning their division, but we'll see what happens. But they've been a very good story for the first half of this baseball season. Okay, Pirates 165 on the money line. I'm not going to get in bed with that. Over 10.5. That's just a lot of runs. So I'm going to stay away from this game altogether. As much as I'd love to take the Pirates, it's just there's no value in the game, so stay away. White Sox, Diamondbacks, Eric Fetty, and Scott McGough, or McGuff, whatever you want to call him. Isn't that Forest Fire guy, McGruff, or the Crime Stopper? All right, yeah, that's McGruff. But anyways, I digress. I do like the White Sox in the spot completely. I had a subscriber kind of message me and say that the White Sox are a completely different lineup within what they have with Luis Robert back in the fold. So I do like the White Sox in this. I almost bet it. White Sox plus 130. I'm not opposed to it. Actually, it's kind of a very, very attractive bet. We might add that one to the card. It's a 10-10 first pitch, but if you guys want a bonus play, let's back the White Sox. Let's take the White Sox plus 130. And you can even find kind of a nice juiced up plus 1.5, but I don't think the team that wins this game is going to win by 1. I think it's going to be a multiple run kind of game. So maybe a little reverse run line. Maybe if you guys go on Discord a little bit later and we're up some units, or it's been a strong day and hockey goes well a little later on, maybe we'll take that reverse run line, take the White Sox minus 1.5. I think we get some extreme value in that bet. So we'll see what happens. See how the day plays out. But those are my games. Those are my official plays. Let's do a quick rundown. This is what we're looking at. Under Dodgers, Kansas City, 8.5. We have the Texas first 5 at a plus price. Houston minus 125 on the money line. And the over Mets Padres, 8.5. Over Angels with 8. And the nrfi in the 2. Two of my best teams. I like to score a lot of runs. traditionally day in and day out, we're going to take the no-run first inning in both of their games. Yankees and Dodgers are my NRFI plays for the day. No money line parlay of the day. I think you can use my leans and to kind of where my head's at within each game and kind of form your own. I will be probably making one. I just have a lot of stuff to do. I got to still look into some other kind of handicapping for going over some basketball stuff, and I want to look into this hockey game a little bit before my kids wake up, and then we have to start the madhouse here at the estate. So appreciate you guys. Happy Father's Day to all you guys out there. Enjoy the U.S. Open. Make sure you guys leave it on. It should be a formality for anybody out there, any American out there. They should have the U.S. Open just in the background, whether you're watching or not, because it's a very awesome spectacle and event, I think, throughout the world. But love it. Hopefully we get some Patrick Cantlay money come home. I took him pre-flop with Russell Henley as well. So big tickets on them. So rooting for Cantlay in this tournament. Couple matchups as well. So if you guys want to know more about my golf bets, go over to the Discord, message me on Discord. I'll try to post some of them. But appreciate you guys. As always, can't do this without you. So thank you for watching this whole video. For those of you that stuck around, I know it was a little bit longer, but I haven't had my full cup of coffee, so sometimes I start to ramble. So you're going to have to excuse me on that one. But thanks again. Make sure you guys all subscribe down below. Check out oddsjam. Links in the description, and we'll see you guys all tomorrow. Good luck with your bets.